Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to read the next chapter of Enemy Spy. Chapter 15. Only Cryptanalysis Batman. The police station's not that far from Old Town. If I'd have gone straight there instead of stopping to call my mom, I might have even beat them. There are lots of stoplights along the way that would have slowed the FBI down. Stoplights I was now running. But by the time I got to the police station, Mom was nowhere to be found. Lots of other people were on the police station steps and around the parking lot, though. There were even a few kids from my class, probably trying to find out what was happening to Mr. Green. I saw Ian McCoy and his friend Vinny. Trey was there talking to Marvin Spelt. And there were some girls too. Miriam and Danielle and Trinity. And Bubba. Bubba Bixby hadn't given me trouble for a while, but he still made me nervous. Then Miriam spotted me. And she nudged Trinity, who nudged Danielle. And pretty soon there was this whole train reaction and everybody was charging over to me. "Hey," Marvin said, "I heard they arrested your parents." "They did not," I said, wishing I had gone home. "Uh-huh," Finney said. "That dude over there said they've arrested and Stephen Bird. Those are your parents, nerd, in case you didn't know it." "Shut up," I told him. "They didn't arrest them. They just want to ask them a few questions." "Nuh-uh, dude. The FBI hauled him in for treason," Marvin said. "Who told you that?" I demanded. "That news reporter dude. You know," he pointed over by the station steps. "What's his face?" "Harry Kane," Miriam said. "He used to do the weather, but now he does news. My parents watch him every night." Boy, did I have a thing or two to say to Harry Kane. I, I parked my bike and power walked right up to him. And to my surprise, all my classmates followed. Nobody ever follows me. They usually avoid me. But I guess they were curious about what was going on with my mom and dad, so they all tagged along. By the time I got up to Harry Kane, I felt like I had a whole army behind me. Not that they would defend me or anything, but still, it made me feel more sure about what I was going to tell him. "Hey," Harry said. He was leaning on the wooden railing by the steps, chewing on a toothpick. "What's up?" "My name's Nolan Bird," I told him. "My parents are Eve and Stephen Bird." "Ah," he said with a little smile. His toothpick was out like a skinny wooden fang, sticking straight out. "My parents are not traitors or spies or anything else. They're good guys. And," I added, "so is Mr. Green." "I see," he said, but he was still sort of grinning. "Mr. Kane, I'm serious. They had nothing to do with any of this, and I don't think you should go around telling people they've committed treason when they haven't." The guy with the big camera came up and aimed it at me, but Harry yanked the toothpick out of his mouth and pointed at the camera guy like a micro magic wand. "No, man," he said, "not the kid." "But Harry—" "I said no, man. It's not cool." He kept pointing the toothpick right at him until the cameraman grumbled, "Whatever," and backed off. Harry turned to me and said, "I know your dad, not real well, but I do know him. We've covered a lot of the same stories. Him for the paper, me for TV. Always seemed like a pretty decent guy to me." "He is. He's a great guy. So's my mom." He scratched his neck and looked at me. "You said your name's Nolan, right?" I nodded. "Okay, Nolan. I'll tell you what. I'll do my best to be sensitive to what you're going through. But if your parents are part of an international spy ring, it's my job to report it." "An international spy ring? Holy cryptanalysis, Batman. This is getting bigger by the minute. You've got it all wrong. My parents aren't the spies. Neither is Mr. Green. They're the good guys." "That's right," a few of the kids said. "No way is Mr. Green a spy." "Yeah," said Vinny. "He's a hippie." Harry laughed. "Well, look, I appreciate that you kids are sticking up for your teacher and Nolan's parents, but like I said," I interrupted him. "How'd you like to be plastered all over the news as a criminal when you were the good guy. My parents and Mr. Green are the good guys. I promise you. All right. I said I'd be sensitive, okay? The sources are telling me that none of them is being very forthcoming. What do you mean, forthcoming? Finney asked. You know, they're all keeping their mouths shut. Harry leaned forward a little. That usually means they're hiding something. Maybe, but it wasn't spy information. But, I said. But, he said, I'll make sure the story's solid before I run it. If they're spies, though, there's nothing I can do about that. He nodded over my shoulder at the parking lot. Your real problem's not me, though. Your real problem's out there. I looked over at the white news van parked under some trees. You mean Chatty Adams? I asked. He nodded. Good luck getting that news chick to back off. He snorted. Just from the few days I've known her, I can promise you that she'll report what she's got, no matter who it hurts. All of us were looking at Chatty now, and inside me I felt something strange swelling up. Something strong. Something I've only ever felt when I was being Shredderman. But here it was, just Nolan Bird, surrounded by classmates who were waiting for me to say something, or do something. Come on, I said, leading the way. Let's go have a little chat with Chatty Adams.